chat about some of the issues affecting our children. We asked Mama Mack to come here every Tuesday night to share her expertise.
Mrs. Stella Mack is, of course, Brigida's mother, and we want to...
So formal. Why can't you just call her Mama Mack?
Because I got my mama reared me correctly. That's the way you say that. Right?
Is that?
It's reared, it's not raised. That's the correct word. First of all, before you get down to this, was she a good student? I mean, as far as going to school, wanting to go back to school, back to school?
Oh, Brigida was always excited about getting on that big yellow bus.
Oh,
I love school. I was one of those kids. I loved school. I loved to read. Yeah, I was always excited about it.
I just wanted to know. All right.
I did want a new first day of school outfit, though.
Did she get one all the time, too?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Pretty much. It was all right.
I can see her getting her way. I can see you figuring out a way to get your way. All right, come on.
Let's get started, shall we? The first story about a little device that can record all sorts of data on your baby's behavior. This is a Sproutling ankle monitor. It records things like heart rate, body temperature. Monitor also tells you when your child is moving, even when it's sleeping in a face-down sleeping position, which we know can be put them at risk for SIDS.
Yes.
The environmental sensor can also pick up on the best room temperature for your baby and could even suggest that you should lower the temperature by a degree or two, and that could actually help the baby sleep 20 minutes longer. The data goes straight to your smartphone, and if you're interested, you can pre-order this bad boy. It's going to cost you $250, and it will ship in March of next year. Mama, I know you're old school. Is that why you're shaking your head and chuckling?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Should new parents get one of these trackers? You deal with a lot of first-time parents with Mom's Time Out. My mom runs it in-home daycare.
Yes, I do. I do. And that's a toughie. I would want it because I'd like the hands-on, you know, just going in there looking at my child. I don't want no phone telling me that, or app saying, you need to lower the temperature in your baby room, or you need to up it, or he's a little feverish. I mean, you know, he's going to cry. And you're going to know that something's wrong because it's a different cry. So, I'm sorry.
Money you can save for diapers or formula.
Something else. Something else.
Maybe,
Put it away for tuition.
Yeah, it may take away from you actually having that bonding thing with your child to know when the child is.
I mean, everything is on the fast. We want it right now, you know. And it's just,
it's technology. It's
too
going
much.
crazy.
Too much for you.
Too much for you. Too much.
Mama's old school.
I am definitely that.
Well, a survey shows some children are taking their parents along for their job interviews. I laugh when I read this one, too. The Wall Street Journal says 8% of college grads admitted to this. Even more shocking, 3% had their parents sit in on the actual interview. What do you think about that?
I'm seeing, what did I say? Too much mothering. That's a little over the top. I mean, you know.
What else did you say?
Okay, I'm getting to it. Well, she might as well be going in. I mean, if you're going to take your parents in and all this other stuff, I mean, dog, is she still doing the backside too, going in the bathroom?
Right, yeah, so I got you.
Wiping his booty, I believe is what you said in the newsroom. That's what she said. She said that's a little bit too much mothering. You might as well still be wiping his booty.
It's too much. And my mother has gone overboard a lot of times, but never, I don't think, to that. My mother has done some stuff.
Never.
My mama right here is very mama bear, but going to an interview with me, like a college grad, not your first job interview, Chick-fil-A or the movie theater.
Yeah.
No, you have a degree.
Yeah.
How's that going to look?
No.
Who's this, my mama?
My mama.
Really?
She came along for the ride.
This story is still getting a lot of buzz on the internet. We told you about it last week. A mom who got sick of her child ignoring her calls, so she created this Ignore No More app. It actually shuts down your child's phone, and in order to have regular access, the child then has to call the parent back and ask for the password to unlock their phone. So, of course, Mom, we want to know, would you endorse this even for your grown, and all of your children are grown?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You know, I want to. If I had an emergency and I needed to get in touch with you, and you're pushing ignore, how can I get in touch with you? Shut the sucker down.
911. If you had an emergency, why you not calling? Why you calling me?
Shut it down.
I mean, if you have an emergency, should 911 not be your first priority?
Call me.
But you know what?
what the
I will tell you
password.
that mom does get concerned when we don't pick up enough. Like,
That's
for
right.
me, you know, my brother lives in Nashville. For me, it's a little different. Mama can check in every night at 4 and 8 and know that Brigida's okay.
Right.
My brother will just, like, go off grid, and Mom, I'll drive to Nashville. Whoa, we're
True
talking
that.
8 hours. Fall back, he's
Well-
probably just asleep.
It's, you know,
It's better to be safe than sorry.
I really don't like this app. I'm going to be honest with you because I don't.
You don't
Because
like
you
it?
know your mama would download it in a hurry.
Always try to track me down. Wait, where you been? That's the first call. Where are
Where
you?
you been?
Next
Well,
call is
grown
call me,
children.
Leno.
Grown
I
children.
said call me. That's the third call.
She
Then the
ca-
fourth
she
call
calls
would be
you
her
Leno,
driving
that's
here
it.
5.5 hours.
See?
Georgia to check on
See?
me. So I
Mama,
got-
And you're how?
Mama has
I'm
threatened.
50
She would
years
do
old,
that.
50.
She would do that now.
She would do that now. She would do that now. That's mama.
No, don't co-sign. No.
Okay, we got you here. Let you hit this sound off Charlotte topic question about the deal coming up in China and to get you to weigh in. Is there a fine line between tough tactics and abuse of children?
And some parents in China using these sorts of boot camps you see here as a way to keep their teens from being addicted to the internet. Military-style methods used to help them kick the habit.
Parents pay about $1,000 and send their children to stay at this facility 4 to 6 months. No escape, no talking when eating, no cell phones, no contact with family.
Now, reports say many children get addicted by spending time at internet arcades like this one. Officials in China believe internet addiction pollutes the mind and causes 70% of juvenile crime. Health leaders also say it's a mental disorder.
So what do you think? Is this boot camp the best tactic for curing an internet addiction in teenagers? That's our Sound Off Charlotte question. We're wrapping it up tonight. Post on my Facebook page, WBTV's Delayed a Little, the Brigida Mack or WBTV News page, or tweet using the hashtag SoundOffCLT. We may read another comment. We want to hear from you.
I think it's a good idea, but 4 to 6 months?
That's what I would
pretty
say. And
expensive.
$1,000? No, and Mama, she would just be like, give me the phone.
That's
and you
right.
would not get that phone back till further notice.
Right.
Don't ask when you could get it back.
Nope.
Now, one thing that Mom did do is, video games. Mama didn't, the way these people believe that it pollutes the mind,
Right.
Mama believes that video games fried your brain. And so I know I was in the 8th grade before I knew what a Super Mario Brothers were.
Really?
Yeah, and that was at a friend's house. I
And
was
if they wanted
transfixed.
one?
I was like, what is this? And the girl was like, it's Super Mario Brothers. I was like, I don't know what that is.
And if you wanted one, how did you earn it?
You had to pay for it.
That's right. You bought it yourself.
You had to pay for
I'm
it.
not
Needless to
spending my
say,
money.
I've never
Books,
owned a
I
Super
would do
Mario
that.
Brothers.
Books I would buy.
That's
Books
hilarious.
she
what
would
is
buy.
this? I love it.
True
Yeah,
story.
never seen
It is true.
All right.
Well, thanks, Mom. It's
As
always a
Thank
joy.
you. It is, darling.
All right,
Thank
y'all just
you.
carry on. We'll be right back. Mama and daughter love.